Stuart, we're going to go from there to some really important
And now
stories.
for something completely different.
Yeah. Beacon, we love the Beacon. What's going on with the Beacon?
Okay, we're talking at the end of the year here. How can you give gifts to your children? How can you also pass on money in a nice tax-advantaged kind of way? So the first question is, what do you do if you want to give small amounts of stock or investments to young children? You can set up a custodial account, and you can use the various trading companies, $6.95 per trade kind of thing, and you can buy real stock. But those usually have minimum amounts, and it's a little more complicated, and it's a sort of a big deal. So there's a new website out there called Spark Gift, which allows you to give as little as $20 to an individual, and they can buy. They have 6,000 stocks they can purchase with that money, including Apple, McDonald's, and all. And so you can't buy a share of Apple for $20. No, but you can buy a 40th of a share of Apple for $20.
So
they'll
who
buy
gets to
you
make
fractional.
the choice? Does the
kid.
grandparent?
The
Oh,
kid
okay.
you contribute the money, and they have this account, and they can choose, depending on how much money they get from other people,
pretty cool.
what stocks they want to buy and what percentage of what, and they'll take care of it for you. And all you pay is $2.95 per transaction. Now, until the end of the year. After the holiday season, there's going to be a 3% transaction fee on top of that. So if you're giving a small amount, 20, 50, 75, something like that, then it's still a really good deal. If you're going to be giving 150 or more, then you probably want to go with one of these $6.95 trades, which would be better on a percentage basis. But any of those things are sort of high percentages. But the idea is, it's an occasional gift. If you're going to do this every month, then you want to have probably a custodial account.
So you have these different avenues now, but also, what if you've got appreciated stock and you want to pass that on?
That's a different matter, right.
What happens there while you're
So
living?
this is a very interesting rule everybody ought to know. If you, especially when the stock market's doing well like it has been lately, if you have stock that's gone up in value that you want to give to somebody, to a charity, or to something that you're giving that's deductible, if it's gone up in value and you've held it for more than a year, you're in luck, because then you can give it away and take the fair market value deduction and not pay any capital gains tax on the gain. So let's say the stock has doubled in value. If you sold the stock and then gave the money to charity, you'd have to pay tax on that gain. If you just give it to charity, you get to deduct the whole amount of the value, and they get the whole money. They don't have
Is
to
there
pay
a
any
time
tax.
limit? You have to do this within a year?
No,
Okay.
anytime after a year, as long as
Anytime
you've
after
held
a
it
year.
for a year and it's made money. Now, if you've held it for a year and it's lost money, you don't want to give it away that way, because you can only deduct the fair market value.
Right.
So if the fair market value's gone up, you're in clover. If it's gone down, you'd be stupid to do that. You sell it, take the loss, use the loss against other income, and then give the money to charity. So it's a little complicated.
Is part of this just an effort to have people feel like there are ways, even if I don't have cash on hand, but I have some investments,
Yes,
and I want to
right.
begin to plan for how to have that do good
Right.
in the community.
Or you just don't want to sell stock and pay the capital gains tax because it bothers you.
Yeah, but-
So this is a way to give it
But
to
you
a
started
good
off
cause.
on this to charity, but what about to a grandchild?
Though that was the other story. These are two different stories.
Okay, so you can't do it appreciated during your lifetime and have it when in your
I
estate
believe-
you can pass it on.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be deductible to you.
No, I'm talking about to a human being.
Yeah, of course you can do that.
Right,
you can,
right.
You can give appreciated stock, and I believe it has a step up in basis for that person. So that they would start with the current fair market value as well. But it doesn't save you on your taxes. I just wanted to make sure that
Which
was
is what we want to
clear.
do.
Generally,
My gosh.
right.
Absolutely.
Also, there are 529 accounts, which are these college savings accounts, which a lot of states have. Maryland has, and DC and Virginia. You can contribute now in very small amounts to those too. It used to be, you considered it to be $2,000 a year or something. You can give as little as $15 into these, because there are now things called U-gifts. It's another website. Every state apparently has them. A person who has a 529 account sets up a U-gift account and gives this code number to anybody, friends, family, like a wedding registry.
And it doesn't have to be a relative. It can
Anybody.
be a friend.
Anybody.
Yeah, it's really great.
Now, the person who gives the money can't deduct it either, but at least they can make a nice little gift, and it's very simple. There's no fee at all for that, completely free of charge.
We're now under 2 minutes. I want to get to the
Health
spices.
store, yes.
I want the spice
Very
of life
interesting
here.
thing about spices and what they can do for you.
Especially the one about not having sweets.
Yes, I love this one. It's a little weird, but they took overweight individuals and they put patches on the backs of their hands, and they gave half of them lemon-scented patches and half of them vanilla-scented patches. If you had a lemon patch, it had no effect on what you ate at all. If you had a vanilla-scented patch, the average person cut their share of sweets by half over 4 months.
Oh, I want a couple of those.
Isn't that nice?
Where do you get them?
They say just buy a vanilla-scented perfume or light vanilla-scented candles in your
Yeah.
house or whatever, that the smell of vanilla satisfies your sweet tooth and makes you less likely to eat sweets. Isn't that cool?
That is so cool.
Yeah.
More.
Okay.
So
A
if
co-
you eat a vanilla cookie, that doesn't
That
count.
doesn't count. You got it. A teaspoon of ginger and dissolved in a cup of hot water with your breakfast as tea in the morning makes you feel fuller all day. You eat less all day, and you burn more calories at
Do you
breakfast
do
by 40 calories.
ginger tea?
Ginger tea. That's right. Cinnamon, a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon every day with your food for over a period of several weeks. A number of women did this and found that they had less soreness when they exercised, that it reduced muscle soreness. All these interesting things. So read the Beacon and you'll find all these cool
We
things.
will, and there was an article in today's Post about the Washington Capitals and how each of them now has a special nutritional drink to deal with all of this, including all those nuts that you talked about a couple of years ago, and all the nutrition. It's coming up. It's in the Post, so therefore the Beacon's only 2 years ahead of the Washington.
Is that all?
Post.
What else is new?
Stuart, thank you so much.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back after these messages.